Hey there, how you doing? So, I gotta do some shit. The rains have stopped, and I haven't lit a fire in a very long time. I tried to light one yesterday with wet wood, and it just went out. It did not live. I have some dry firewood on a whole nother place on the property that that is under a roof. It's dry, and I have to go there with the van to get it. It's not close. And I do have a wheelbarrow up there because there's no road to the building that it's in. There used to be, but trees grew over. I mean, years have gone by without me taking care of my place. That's all right. Now, I was going to get some the other day, but I went up there and I didn't have my machete. It's a great machete, by the way. You notice how it's a little bit bent? It didn't come that way. It's not supposed to be bent, but the curve of it is kind of really good for cutting down shit that's lower. So it works out nicely. That's great. I got my broken rock for sharpening here, but it's actually kind of convenient. In fact, I'm going to stick it in my pocket so I can resharpen it. Now, the problem is I have to cut a trail to get to this building. You know, there's like oaks that have grown in the way. So there's like very inconvenient oaks. I have no particular topic for this video except I thought I would just check in. There was a big hurricane in Florida. There's been hurricanes here on the coast, and it's made everything really wet. Everything's been wet forever. In my last video I posted, one of them, I had my clothes out and I just dumped them in the rain in a big puddle on concrete that's growing stuff in it. And those are theoretically cleaner now. I'm wearing shorts that got cleaned that way. I don't know if they're actually cleaner. In fact, they could have more stuff living in them since it's not clean water that the rain was dumping into. It was a big mud puddle with like tadpoles in it. Or they're not tadpoles. They're not for frogs, but there's something else. Those little bugs with little stringy wing things. I don't know what the hell those are. I've seen them all my life. I don't even know what they are. Anyway, so I'm going to move wood in here. So in my cool fireplace over there, see what a cool fireplace? I can actually keep a fire going, dry the place out, because I've been wet for, I'm so wet. I've been wet for so many months, and it's just ridiculous. It's just, I mean, I'm happy. I love the rain. The rain is great. Absolutely fantastic. And considering that it's been 2 dry years where the rains came late, and I made videos about trees dying, and I was seriously worried this year. I mean, I thought I was going to lose a lot, potentially. And there are oak trees that actually died. And if an oak tree dies, that's harsh. Some pines died. I expected that. I actually lost less than some other properties I know of that I visited. But it's a little scary because, like, what happens if the rains came 2 months late next year, and if they were light as well? And if that happened for 2 years in a row. So I often am talking about survivalist stuff. And, you know, we have to plan for things changing a lot. And it's not like it hurts us to do that. It makes us stronger because for now we'll have extra resources if we have extra rain capture, if we get more prepared. It's not like preparing is a cost. Preparing is a savings in the future. So prepare. Well, my hand looks very impressive with this wide-angle lens, doesn't it? Prepare ye, for the end is nigh. I am too good at that. Anyway, I'm using a tripod today, which is nice because it frees up a hand. I've got my keys, my machete, my day pack, and I guess we're going to drive. I don't know how that'll go with filming. The dogs think we're going for a walk. They're going to be disappointed. And I think I have eyewear around here somewhere. It's very good to have eyewear if you're going to be macheteing because it doesn't really matter if you get cut up. Like I have scars all over my arms from macheteing. Not because I hit myself with the machete, but because, you know, plants snap back and cut you, particularly dried things. Cutting wet stuff is not as big a problem as cutting dried things. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today was a couple of good comments I got on videos. I don't usually comment on videos. I think I delete probably 30% of them. Because one thing I'd like to require is that if people are going to write to me, that they actually write useful things. That they dogs are down here. Hi dogs, what you doing? Hi. You need love? You want adventure? You want fun? Bummer. They'll still get some. They're pretty lonely though. I mean, I was going to post somewhere, my dogs are lonely. And the truth is, it's me that's lonely, although they're acting weird. They're acting unusually extra lonely. I think it's because I was going out and visiting a guy for a while. I haven't been doing it lately. And that was moderately fun for them. And now they just get nothing new. There hasn't been anything new for like a year, you know, except occasional walks. It's just really, really, really boring here. 2 years. I think my last visitor, I don't know how long ago that was. There 4 people visited me for an afternoon. And one guy visited me as well, which was nice. But it's just like, I have this really horribly boring life, and dogs are very social creatures, and, you know, they want other people here. I want other people here. Yeah, so I'm afraid when I say my dogs are bored, people will think it means I am, which is also true, but it's not like I'm saying something that I mean something else when I say that. No, it's actually them. They are bored. So look at this shit. I can't even fucking walk through here. Been bugging me for a while. I haven't been doing much. I keep thinking my survival is on the computer, and it is. That's where my survival is going to come from. But in the meantime, I need some exercise, and I got crap everywhere. I mean, these plants just grow like crazy, you know, and if you let them go for a few years, it's very convenient. I've got all this firewood over here. Look at all this firewood I've got. But the problem is that these huge logs are so fucking thick that they're really hard to split with my maul. Like, and I'm weak. I'm out of shape. I haven't been doing anything for years. And I'm going to change that, I guess. Now that it's not raining all the time every day. I mean, today it's actually sunny. Look at this. There's sun out here on my face. I mean, it's been weeks and weeks without a lot of sun actually happening. I mean, it's wonderful. It's really wonderful. I'm not complaining. God damn it. Fuck you, motherfucker. Some of these spiky plants, too. That's another way I get cut up. And this is an oak tree growing in a path. Another oak tree growing in a path, which is sort of cool. I actually might leave those there, and I may make a stone path around them that goes down there. So I'm not saying they're horrible. Anyway, so I do delete a lot of comments I get because they're not useful, right? Some of them are just useless criticisms, which is just annoying. It's like, I don't know if these people are annoying in person too or what, but I don't like it. What's nice though is I got a couple that were actually cool, sincere, and responding to, I made like an hour-long video on why your intentional community is going to fail. Getting better at my clickbait titles. All right. What a big mess. Look at my van, what a huge mess it is in here. Like, this is my van. I got 2 machetes in here. That's good. And just junk, junk, junk. What a big mess. What a pig. So anyway, so I had this hour-long video on why your intentional community is going to fail. Somewhat rambly as usual. But 2 guys responded. And one was like, yeah, pretty much it's impossible to make a community. Which is a little bit harsh, but that's kind of what I was largely saying. But I want to provide some more optimistic things than that because I think it is possible. But he's become aware, and I think this is a very important first stage. He's become aware of the near impossibility of it. Let's see if I can continue talking and driving. Go off tripod. Rawr. And so certainly the awareness of near impossibility is very useful as a first step in figuring out what can be done and the damn near impossibility of it. So I agreed with him on that. But I think I have to do better at presenting some alternatives, although some of the alternatives I'm working on are actually something I don't want to share. They are private. My battery's almost dead. That's terrible. And my shorts are still a little bit wet because they didn't dry out fully in the sun yet. Oh well, that's okay. So what's our goal? Have my extra keys for the building, get the wheelbarrow, get some dry firewood, and dry my life out. The other comment was even more interesting. Well, one thing I like about the first guy's comment is he actually has videos posted himself. Like if somebody comments and they don't have any videos posted themselves, but they're critical of my videos, then like why should I give a fuck about what they think if they're not sharing what they think? Look at this. That's all water coming off the top of my van's roof on my cracked windshield, which is eventually going to break. And I've got a leak in my roof, but water still piles up there. It's because I need a place to park that's out of the rain. I need a carport, you know. Emergency brake off? Yeah. Anyway, so the second guy is this 20-year-old in New York City, which is, I've never been in New York City, but seen it in movies, so I have some vague, incorrect vision of it. And I don't know, of course, anything about his individual life, but he was talking about how, you know, I said in the video, well, people should do things, and I mentioned things like shopping locally, which is a fairly minor action you can take, certainly useful, but less useful if you're in New York City, because in New York City, not that much is produced near you, like consumable food products that are healthy. Everything is going to get moved to you. So, look at this road up here. Barely a road. But at least I won't get stuck on this road today. That's good. And so I thought about that a lot. You know, he's 20 years old, and he said he needs some, not incentives, he needs some, not directives, he needs some, I forget what word he used, but basically he's open to suggestions of what the fuck he should do in the situation he's in to find something. 1 second. To find something resembling community and success and all that. And so as a 20-year-old, you know, most of the world does not give any fuck about you if you're a 20-year-old guy. They like you if you're a woman because they want to fuck you. But guys are pretty much worthless at 20 unless you can find somebody who wants to make money off of you somehow. Is there any way I can get a vehicle in there without popping a tire? That's going to be tricky. All right, we'll see what I can do. But he's also in New York City. And as I pointed out to him, we're in very different positions. But I would like my videos to be useful for people in various positions. You know, it's kind of the philosophy of, you know, do what you can with what you got where you are. I think there's a better order on that. It sounds better. Do what you can where you're at with what you got. That sounds pretty good. Because we all have opportunities, and there's other people who have compatible opportunities with us. One of my bigger projects, which I need to keep private, because I don't want someone to also do it and misuse it, as social media in general tends to be evilly misused. All right, what am I doing? Get that over there. Machete and tripod. Let's see if that works for us. You know, and I mentioned to him like Andy Warhol and Basquiat. I don't know how you say that guy's name, but Basquiat or somebody. He was a painter who actually grew up not living on the streets, but living just fine. It's part of his history that's a little false, but you know, whatever. People got to make a fucking history. And but the point is, he apparently did go ahead and introduce himself to Andy Warhol, and get some shit out of my way so I can drive these roads. All right. So I gotta find a way to get there that's easiest. It'd be really nice if I had a way to get my van in there. Maybe I'll find one. No, that's not one. There was one a long time ago. Also, this is like perfect rattlesnake season. God damn. No, it's not worth it to do that. All right, let's get you back on the tripod, baby. But apparently Basquiat introduced himself to Warhol, and actually they got a picture together. Basquiat ran back to his studio or his house or whatever he was in, and he quickly painted a version of it, ran back to where Andy Warhol was being Mr. Cool Artist Guy with his cool artist friends, and he gave him the painting. In other words, he introduced himself and gained some contact that way by being somehow specialer. More specialer. Fuck English, I'll talk however I want. Nobody controls English. God, these trees over there have grown over the gutters. Everything has grown over like crazy. Alright, well, we'll cut through here a little bit and see if this is even where I want to wheelbarrow through. Ouchies. Fuck. This was the worst. This is the spot that made me give up and just go to town and get beer the other day. Because, like, that's a door right there. And the way it's worked out is that, here, we'll just set you down over here. It's a little hard to machete and talk to you. You're a very inconvenient person. Do you know that? So the point is, I was happy he sent me a note, because a lot of the notes I get are stupid. You know, like buy crypto or want to sell me services. Some guy messaged me the other day. It's not even clear what he wants, which means he's trying to scam me somehow. I mean, if people want to write me and say, you know, blah, 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 but they don't say what they fucking want, it is a certainty that what they want is to fuck me over somehow. That's a damn near certainty. So, it's actually good that this hasn't all been cut, because with a little bit more time and forethought, I could actually sculpt this tree in a good way. Anyway, one of my suggestions to that guy, since he has no videos on his channel at all, was to make a video, make it be a private video, an unlisted one. If it's unlisted, people can't see it, but they can see it if you send them a link that introduces people to who he is. You know, what values does he live by? Just anything about him. Essentially so people trust him. I didn't say that part, but it's pretty obvious what I'm thinking. All right, so I can get in here now. The door is big enough, not big enough for the wheelbarrow, maybe. And there's a fucking table sitting out here in the rain. Oh, this table caught on fire. I had a metal fire pit on top of it, and I was doing video and it caught on fire, but it shouldn't be sitting out in the rain. It looks like it didn't rot, that's good. But why is it even here? Let me just tip it over there for right now. And here, there's this nice roof. See this nice roof? And it's got concrete framework around it. I don't know how it is structurally, and my plan was to have a fire pit right here. And now I'm thinking that it will actually be kind of like a courtyard, a covered courtyard, because you need something to be covered in order to have a fire. And then I'll put a building perhaps over there. I mean, at least a roof off of it. And I want morning sunshine. Well, I don't know where I want buildings, but it's got 4 sides, right? 4 sides. And this is the north side. The north side, in some ways, is the least important one to have shade on because it gets the most shade during the day. And I want sun in the morning, so I don't want to block this side very much. I could trim these trees a little bit over here, letting that morning sun come into here to this roofed area. It's also drier, and you could have a morning fire. And then in the late part of the day, you may want to have a spot where you can see the sun go down. So of all these spots, I would probably put a building on that side. That also makes this a more private fire pit a little bit. Not that anyone's walking by here. It'd be nice to cover more than one side, but I could put a full high roof on this side. Also, this is a great place for get some solar. I do have an oak tree over there I might want to cut down, although I really don't like cutting down oak trees. I mean, I've cut down very few oak trees because oaks are so strong and so good. And I can't cut down this pine over here because apparently it's a weird species for here. We're not here for any of that. Look at this dog. A dog in a dog nest. Hi, is that comfortable? Dogs like to be in dog nests. This is the firewood right here. It's very, very dry, very well seasoned firewood. It's excellent. Let's go look for a wheelbarrow. I don't even want to do any of this shit. Physical reality is an annoying thing, but if I don't do anything, I'm gonna fucking die. Out of my way, get out of my way, get out of my way. Get my way. Get out of my way. All right. So there used to be a trail through here. Ain't much of one now. I guess the next thing is if the wheelbarrow doesn't fit through that door, I can still move firewood, but it's annoying. I think I can get through on this trail without having to cut too much more shit. God damn it. Oh, here's a nice cedar. Look at the seeds on this cedar. Those are all going to be seeds. Need to collect all those. I also got to collect the seeds off my lemon cedar. It's the only lemon cedar I have. So I want more of that. It has a lemon scent to it. I don't know if it's useful for anything like tea or anything. It might just have a nice scent, but that's good enough for me. I have noticed it doesn't grow as fast. So what else about this guy? I don't know. I guess I like it when people actually write thoughts in response to a video. I don't care about your dumbass, stupid, opinion. I don't care about your internet death threats. Those don't do me any good. They don't help you much either. Seems like a useless waste of everything. Uh-oh. Shit. Do I not have a key to this building? Oh, wrong keychain. I got like so many keys. I've got more stuff than I can handle here. It's ridiculous. I don't even know which key this is here. There we go. is just big enough for a wheelbarrow. As I think about building standards, I think that might be the width of the most narrow door you can build, because it has to be able to fit a wheelbarrow through it. There could be exceptions to that. Inside of my van is all wet because it leaks. So if I leave the wood in the van, it's going to get wetter. Although it won't get a lot wetter. And this wood is not totally dry. That is because the rain still comes in from the side and hits it. Because there's wind and rain. So, but it's a lot drier than anything else I've got. So this will at least get me started. And then hopefully I'll get some sunny days, some more sunny days. And I don't know, I think about guys like this young guy, and I'm kind of old, weak, and lame right now. And don't correct me on using the word lame. I think I'm qualified to use that word, having been actually lame. And also, people are just uptight fuckers when they come to correcting other people on language. Like I just saw a guy, he's actually just trying to promote his shit. He uses AI images on all of his posts and all this stuff. He's trying to promote his move to out of the U.S. Program. And so he's always posting these questions that are supposed to be important. Like, well, what is the definitive answer to whether someone is an expat or an immigrant? And that's bullshit. And it's like, just fuck off, okay? It's been beaten to death. It's a stupid topic. Words have various meanings. They get used differently by different people. And you're looking for trouble where there ain't no trouble. And use whatever fucking word you want, you dumbass. Guy's annoying anyway. I blocked him today. It might even be his group. I don't know. I don't think it's his group. But even if it is, I don't give a shit if I get kicked out. Because it's like these people, all they do on social media is promote themselves. And I promote my values and myself a lot, although I don't do it in any actual way that makes me any money. So I guess I'm not really, profiting off of it or anything, not using people in that way, but I'm promoting my values, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm hopefully providing value for people actually for free. So, good for me. I'll see you in a bit. I got to move some wood. God damn, I get so annoyed with everything. Like this tripod head has to have this little shoe on the camera, right? Which is fine. But you can't change the battery while the shoe is on it. So you have to remove it from the tripod. Then you have to unscrew the shoe, change the battery, and then I can't imagine there's not a way. I mean, I realize maybe most people don't use a tripod, but there is a tripod mount in there. There's a screw hole for it. I'm annoyed with too much shit. Especially stuff like that I have no control over. I can whine about it, though. I could make a video just about every single little design problem I see in the whole world. But more importantly, I can talk about the ones I see here. Things like composting toilets and how people can stay clean and wash their clothing in a better way than I do. How we can live better. That can be solved. That is going to be solved. Apparently, I have 2 dead batteries. So this video's over. Assume I moved some wood. That's what I'm going to go do. Goodbye.